Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. And Tayshia Adams has spoken on a podcast today, moments ago, regarding her walking out on the taping of Men Tell All last night. As we know, Tayshia was explaining to Caitlin Bristow that she's no longer wearing her ring. She is not engaged. They broke up, and she said, a few things like she's heartbroken. She's, all these things. And then they bring Rodney on, and then as soon as Rodney comes on, he says, hey, I'm sorry. And then moments later, Tayshia just walks off. Clearly, very emotional. What we didn't realize is that was the day the news broke of their breakup. So tons to get into. I'm going to play the clip for you guys right now. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and please hit the like button. Help the YouTube algorithm find my content. We are at 48,000 subscribers, and we're inching our way to 50,000. When we get to 50,000, we get to open up this. I tell you what, I'll just open it up a little bit more. When we get to, you can almost see what's in there. When we get to 50,000, we're going to open that up. All right, folks? So make sure to hit the subscribe button, and let's get into it. Speaking of things I'm very proud of, we finally hit $10,000 donated for the Toys for Tots toy drive. Thank you guys so much for that. I say finally, but you guys did it in just about a week. So amazing. And of course, again, thank you so much to everybody who's watched my vlog meeting Hannah Brown, the sit-down interview kind of Q&A that we did. I really appreciate it. Go to Dave Neal Vlogs to catch my daily vlog content. I've got so much coming your way. I'm doing it daily during the Christmas season. Much appreciated. All right, let's play the clip. This is Tayshia talking to Becca about her recent breakup.
Well, thank you for all that. I really appreciate it. I am definitely hanging in there. That day was really tough for me because that's actually like the day that the news kind of broke to everyone. So it was just very heavy, but I had a job to do at the same time. And so I'm really happy I was able to be surrounded by all of you guys and be supported by that, but it doesn't make any of that easier. But I really said all I had to say on that stage. I don't really have anything to add to it just because I'm still going through it all. And yeah, I spoke my piece. And one day when I feel like I have more to say, I'm sure we can talk about it all.
And I would please ask everyone to just give you time and patience and the space to heal from this. I understand going through a very public breakup. Breakups are never easy in general, but when you're in such a public platform and everyone's comments and criticisms and opinions and words get you, and it just makes it that much harder. So everyone listening, please give Tayshia some support, throw a prayer her way, and just know that you have so much love behind you, so much support. We're wishing you both the best. And it's life. These things happen, and hopefully, you can learn and grow and move on from that. But I'm glad that you were able to just say it and leave it out, and now, do whatever Tayshia needs to do to move on and heal from this.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So let's get into the good, juicy stuff, shall we? I need to know.
Yes.
Obviously, fresh out the gate, the fight with the pizza takes place, and we're reading Yelp reviews. And
all right, we'll cut it off there. Of course, I thought it was pretty tacky doing the pizza Yelp reviews, but then because they basically showed Peter's business in a negative light. Because if you don't like a contestant on Bachelor, guess what? You can find out where they work and you can give their business negative reviews. Isn't that wild? Now, Jamie, the villain of this season, had businesses that were kind of fraudulent. At least, I guess, I don't want to be hit with a defamation lawsuit, but they were sketchy at best. And he had bad Yelp reviews about him using his name in the Yelp review for years before he went on Bachelor. So that's an instance where you go, okay, that's clearly, there's some truth to those reviews. Whereas, this is why I want to start the show Troll Patrol, right? I want to find out who left Peter a 1-star review for pizza that tasted like pool water. And I want to knock on their house and find out who their bosses are and where they work. Be like, really? You're going to mess with this guy's employment because you don't like the way he was on a reality dating show? Anyway, so Union Leader Dave here fighting for the good guys. Not that Peter's a good guy, but, he's got a livelihood. Maybe he donates to causes like my Toys for Tots drive. Who knows? You don't cut off someone's money because they threw someone's jacket in a pool. Anyway, that's a big digression. With regards to Tayshia, With regards to Tayshia, she's hanging in there. She's trying her best. She's not going to talk anymore about it, and I think that's where it's going to be. I think when she's ready to talk, it's going to be way more, retrospective. You really don't want to say something with the emotions so fresh. It just doesn't put you in the right light. It doesn't make you look good. And of course, Zach's got a big following too. And now I don't think she's doing this because Zach's got a following and she needs to make sure that she doesn't, I don't think there's any sort of a target there. I just think Zach's, sometimes you break up even when you're both good people. Sometimes it might be easier to go through a breakup if someone cheated on you and they turned out to be not who you thought they were. But, there's a good chance that Zach is who she thought he was, and they still just didn't work out. Breaking her silence, Bachelorette's Tayshia Adams is speaking out after calling off her engagement from fiancé Zach Clark nearly 1 year after the proposal aired. During the Monday, December 6th episode, Mental Law co-host Caitlin Bristow noted that Adams isn't wearing her engagement ring. Now, some people have left comments saying, I can't believe Caitlin would throw Tayshia under the bus like that. This was all pre-approved. There is no way in hell Caitlin brought this up to Tayshia without Tayshia knowing, all right, this is the segment. I'm going to talk to you. You're going to give this cookie cutter answer, and then we're going to go into Rodney. This was their plan. Could they have kicked this down the road and not commented on it? Absolutely. But when did the Bachelor producers ever miss an opportunity to draw in an audience? And this was the perfect opportunity for them. Tayshia's an employee of theirs. They convinced her to do it. She could have said no. She could have said no. Either way, it was clearly too soon for her to be discussing it on TV. But that's okay. That's all right. I couldn't do that. Some people think I'm too hard on Tayshia. Let me tell you something. I couldn't have gone on TV the day of a breakup, let alone discuss it. I would have been a mess. Absolutely. All I have to say is that I'm heartbroken, but we tried really hard, and I still love him very much. And I'm not sure what the future holds. You know how it is. It's really tough. The DWTS star winner, 36, replied, I sadly do know how it is. It's really hard, but we're here for you and obviously want you to be happy. As you know, Caitlin Bristow, broke off her engagement with Sean, what's his face? And is his name Sean? Jeez, how soon you forget. And, it's a heartbreaker. You see love play out on camera and you think it can work. You go, you got it all made. The way Zach chose Tayshia and Tayshia chose Zach, they had one of the best proposals we've seen. But in the real world, that's just a different science equation. It's one thing to be like, all right, well, the test works here. You put that on the road. Street test this. And it didn't work out. After the duo hugs, they welcome Rodney onto the stage. However, Tayshia Adams gets up while he's talking and exits the stage. We're going to let Tayshia have a minute, Caitlin Bristow told the camera. She later came back out and rejoined the show. Now, it's my belief, just watching this edit, they shoot it live to tape, which means they shoot it live, but then they can make edits because it's not aired live. They could have kept that part out. They could have taken that part out, but why would they? This is huge for them. They don't have Tayshia's back. They're an empire, all right? They're trying to maximize their drama. So they get Tayshia walking off, and I'm sure there was a moment there where Caitlin says to producers, hey, what do we do now? They cut that all out. It just goes to Tayshia's going to take a moment. It's very well poised. I think there was something cut out of that. I also think, if the Bachelor producer wanted to make this any more Jerry Springer-esque, they would have had a camera follow Tayshia out, but obviously they didn't throw her under the bus like that. That's a little too far. But they flew a little close to the sun here, and a lot of people weren't happy with them sharing it. But it's like, look, you share the engagement, you share the breakup. That's what the show does. You make your money off of getting engaged on TV. They're going to ask that you talk about it when you break up. That's just what they're going to do. You can say no. But obviously Caitlin and Tayshia are guest hosts or special guests, whatever they're not even calling them hosts, right? So clearly they're trying to play along and whatever they can for the big bad bosses so that they can please them. Tayshia Adams and Zach Clark are no longer a couple. A rep told us at the time the news came 3 days after Life and Style reported that they were on a break. We're on a break. Remember that, guys? And look, I'm not the type to say I'm right because I don't really break these stories. When you guys have rumors that so-and-so's on the rocks, I look into it. And we've had a couple in the past with Zach and Tayshia, and people go, oh, you're throwing fuel on the fire. It's like, I don't really think they're not watching this channel. We're just looking at the news that's out there. Life and Style reported this, and then for 3 days, everyone was like, oh, what are you talking about? They're like, we have a source. And then 3 days later, it's like, well, the source was right. Hey, a broken clock is right twice a day. Whoever thought Life and Style would have gotten the scoop? Due to their busy schedules, they eventually realized it wasn't going to work and their relationship ran its course. The irony here that I see it, the irony is that the Bachelorette is what made Tayshia and Zach fall in love. And then the Bachelorette is what made them, I don't say fall out of love, but realize it couldn't work. In that meaning, when Tayshia was the Bachelorette, Zach was obviously cast in Claire's season. Claire left with Dale. They didn't work out. Tayshia became the fill-in, and then Zachy's like, Tayshia, you're mine, whatever. And then Tayshia gets cast. Chris Harrison leaves. What a wild year. How are we going to do a year in review with all this nonsense? Tayshia becomes a guest host, and that flips her schedule upside down. All this press, different things. She's no longer an active phlebotomist, as they say. I still like to call it phlebotomist, but if you guys insist, we'll call it phlebotomist. Plamato Flamato. That one's for me. So it's like, look, Bachelorette giveth, Bachelorette taketh away. Let me know what you guys think. If you want to hear about my conversation I had with Hannah Brown, I go in depth on my live stream on the private Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Dave Neal. She's a peach. It was tons of fun getting to chat with her, and she's a very kind person. All right, folks, more content coming your way. Got to go upload that vlog. We'll see you on the vlog channel, Dave Neal Vlogs, if you want to catch all of the Christmas-themed vlogs. Bye, everybody.